Hey everyone, this week I'm going to talk a little bit about small businesses and an index you can use to assess future demand for commercial real estate space. Small businesses are a major force in the U.S. economy and a significant driver of direct and indirect commercial real estate space demand. Small businesses employ almost half of all U.S. workers and make up about 45% of U.S. GDP. These companies directly drive demand for office, industrial, hotel, and self-storage space. They also indirectly drive demand for apartments and retail space through the jobs they create. Small businesses drive demand for office space in multiple ways. There's whole companies dedicated to supporting small business office space demand. Companies like WeWork and Regus have about 27 million square feet of office space in the U.S. that they sublease mostly to small businesses. WeWork is the largest office tenant in New York and Chicago. Last year, 84% of office leases were for spaces under 5,000 square feet. Combined, this totaled about 205 million square feet, about 1/3 of the total absorption. Likewise, 50% of the total industrial leases signed last year were for less than 5,000 square feet. That totaled 56 million square feet. Self-storage is also impacted. About 20% of self-storage space is leased to businesses. And small businesses will also drive demand for hotels, particularly with business travel growing at about 5.8% this year. A very good indicator of the small business outlook is the Small Business Optimism Index. That's a monthly survey by the NFIB, the National Federation of Independent Businesses. The Small Business Optimism Index hit a record high last August, but they started dropping in November because of the hawkish Fed, concerns about trade with China, and the stock market also began to fall right around then. The index bottomed in March, but Fed softening lifted optimism. The measurement of the percentage of businesses that believe now is a good time to expand fell to just 19% last January, but it's now back up to 30%. So 30% of the small businesses surveyed think it's a good time to expand. The overall index tells us three very important things. Over the short term, the economic outlook is strong. It's still a little bit cautious, but it's gotten better than it was 3 months ago. Small businesses are also likely to continue to expand, and that's a positive thing for office, industrial, hotels, and self-storage space. And small businesses are hiring. About 21% plan to add jobs, and that's up from just 16% last February. And that will drive apartment and retail demand. So the bounce back in the Small Business Optimism Index is a real positive thing, and it suggests demand for apartment housing as well as all commercial real estate space will remain strong through the second half of this year.